the other cable in so I hear it. Yeah, that, like I said, it worked, so that's a good thing. All right. I know I sound like a hillbilly, but are the levels okay? Sound fine. You're so flattering. I appreciate it. All right. Um, I'm going to take about 7 or so minutes and step away, and then I'll touch base, and then we'll get things rocking, man. Does that sound good? Thanks so much. All right. Yeah, it's bizarre. Then I said it's kind of weird that there's nobody like even walking in. Good afternoon, Tiger fans. Thursday edition of Gulf South Conference basketball here on the campus of the University of West Alabama. As the Tigers, they play host to the Valdosta State Blazers. The Blazers come in women's action, currently tied for number 3 in the league. West Alabama coming in at number 7. Valdosta State 19-5 overall, 18-4 in Gulf South Conference play. Tigers come in with a 13-13 record, 10-12 in the Gulf South Conference, and these two teams met up last earlier in the 22-23 season. West Alabama and Valdosta State matched up in Valdosta, Georgia. As part of it was part of a 2-game road swing. January the 7th, the men and women went down to Valdosta State. Women fell in that contest by 7. It was a 59-52 contest as West Alabama, that was the second game of the 2-game road swing. They started off in Pensacola taking on West Florida and then traveled over to Valdosta. This second half, they will see Valdosta and then host the University of West Florida on Saturday. That last meeting between these two ball clubs, as I mentioned, Valdosta bested the Tigers by 7. But it was a hard-fought basketball game. West Alabama led in scoring in that particular game. Bria Dent, she knocked in 15 points. She pulled down 11 rebounds. Marianne Logsden added 13. Also added 9 rebounds of her own in double figures. Excuse me, that was Jayla Williams who had the 13 and 9. Marianne knocked down 10 and pulled down 1 board. She did have an assist in that particular contest. And West Alabama, the last 2 times these teams met, shot 41% from the field, 32% from behind the arc. They were 6 of 19 was West Alabama, and they were perfect from the free throw line. They only got 6 attempts at it, but they knocked them all in. Jayla Williams was 4 of 4, and Zoe Watts was 2 of 2. West Alabama scored 12 in the first, 9 in the second, added 16 in the third, and 15 in the fourth, and just come up a little bit short in that particular contest. And West Alabama would love to be able to continue their quest to gain access into the Gulf South Conference tournament that will start next week. Sitting in that 7th spot, they're having to contend with the likes of West Georgia. In particular, we have 6 spots already claimed. Lee, Union, Valdosta State, and West Florida will all play host next week, and then spots number 5, 6, 7, and 8. 2 spots will be claimed by Delta State and Montevallo, and then West Alabama and West Georgia sitting at 10-12 and 10-13 respectively. Christian Brothers, the next closest team in the Gulf South Conference, with an 8-14 record. So the 2 games that remain here, play a large factor into getting into the Gulf South Conference tournament and the seeding for those teams that are on the bubble. And we're not far from getting this one underway. We'll take a short break. When we come back, we'll try to get you the starting lineups, your station, for Tiger Basketball. Sly 1049. You're getting nothing? No, I'm seeing. But I don't know. Is there typically a delay? Yeah, 1, 2, 3. Yeah. Let's check yours. Does this match up with you? Yeah, because that one's wound up, so it has to. Let's see. You get anything now? Nothing, huh? You hear anything there? We've been having some issues. This whole setup is jacked up. You got anything there? Yeah, I think it's just the headphones. Maybe those are just going bad. We'll just wrap them up. Like, we won't fool with them tonight. Yep. Put these down here and we'll wrap up. God. All right, visitors. Got 0, 1, 3, 15, 20. For us, 2, 10, 12, 22, 34. Welcome back courtside. Valdosta State. They'll start 0-0. Jaira Ards, the redshirt senior from Eufaula, Alabama. Number 1, Tamaya Francis. Number 3, Emma Martin. Number 15, Lily Long. And number 20, Kate Tanner. Head coach Deidre Shermer in her 4th year at Valdosta State, 81-26. That's also her career record. Assisted by Alex Uffman, as we get the nod that they are just seconds away from getting the national anthem underway. We'll take that break for the national anthem, and when we come back, starting lineup for the Tigers, your station for Tiger Basketball. Sly 1049.
Sportsmanship, West Alabama, the Gulf South Conference, asks that all fans act in a responsible and courteous manner. Abusive language or disorderly conduct is unacceptable and unwelcome. Let's support the participants and your fellow fans the respect they deserve. Your cooperation is appreciated and expected. Fans, at this time, we ask that you please stand as we honor America with the playing of our national anthem.
Welcome back courtside. I'm Will Atkinson. I'll be bringing the play-by-play this afternoon. With me, as always, our YouTube wizard, Mr. Philip Akins. He's rocking the YouTube live stream. He's going to make sure that we got all that squared away. Thanks to Wayne Grant back in the station for all that he does for us. Couldn't do it without him. He helps me troubleshoot some of the critters and gremlins that go on with the technology that we have from time to time, and we've had to do that a couple of times, and we appreciate that. But West Alabama ready to get things rocking and rolling here in Pruitt Hall. Starting tonight for the Tigers will be number 2, Bria Dent. Senior from Birmingham, comes in averaging 18.5 points per. She's averaging a double-double. She's logged 17 double-doubles on the season. Second in points per game, second in rebounds per game, and number 3 in minutes, playing just shy of 34 minutes per contest. Jayla Williams, the native from Tallahassee, she'll get the nod. She averages 10.4 per game, leads the league in assists per game, 5.8 assists per game. I know her folks are probably tuned in down there. Rashad, Miss Relissa, we wish you could be here with us. Look forward to bringing you the game tonight. Marianne Logsdon, the junior from Fort Pierce, Florida. She comes in number 5 in 3 points per contest. She averages 1.9 from behind the arc each. And I know her folks, Chris and Stacy, back down there in the whole Logsdon gang, they are logged in and ready to go for the action this afternoon. Aaliyah Dade, our junior from Springfield, Oregon, she'll come in. She averages 23 minutes per game, and she plays a very stingy defense for this Tiger team. And rounding out the starting lineup will be Zoe Watts, the 6'2 senior from Birmingham. She comes in averaging 10.5 points, and she will tip it off for the Tigers. The Tigers will be wearing their home whites. That's trimmed in red. It's red West Alabama right across the top of the chest. The red numerals, those are trimmed in black. And Valdosta State, the Blazers, they will be wearing their road blacks trimmed in red. Red Valdosta State on top and bottom of the numeral 3. That's written in red. The numerals in red as well, trimmed in white. West Alabama will be going left to right on your radio dial as Zoe Watts gets ready to tip it off against Kate Tanner, the sophomore from Melbourne, Australia. The officials signal the sign that they're ready to go, the tip, and Valdosta State, they will retain possession here in this early going. A big Gulf South Conference matchup as the Tigers take on the Blazers. With the basketball at the free throw line extended, it'll be Tanner. Pitches it out toward Lily Long, and that's going to be a backcourt as it got away. So West Alabama's defense holds strong there on the first possession. And the Tigers will have an opportunity to strike first here as Zoe Watts will inbound it. It'll be to Jayla Williams as she gets ready to direct traffic. Jayla and Brianna rocking the white headbands tonight. Dade's got it, top of the key. It'll go to Dent. Bounce pass. Free throw line extended. It'll be Watts. Watts to Williams. Crossover. Back to Watts for 3. In there. You can count it, folks. The Tigers will strike first as Zoe Watts knocks it down for 3 to give West Alabama the early lead. Tigers defense trying to keep the Blazers out of the paint, and then driving right side is Lily Long, the Melbourne, Australia native. She gets the lay-in bucket, and Tigers lead it here. 3-2 in the early goings. We've played a minute and 10 seconds of this one. As West Alabama tries to go down low, it'll be Watts in the blocks. Out to the top of the key to Dent, over to Logsdon for 3. Side iron, no good. Coming down with a rebound will be Ards. Ards gets it over to Francis. That's Tamaya Francis, the junior from Toronto, Ontario. Bit of an international flair for this Valdosta Blazers team. 3-point attempt fired up by Ards, no good. Ards wearing a sizable knee brace there on the left knee. That one went out of bounds off of West Alabama, so the Blazers will inbound it. It'll be inbounded That'll be to Tanner. Over to Ards. 10-foot jumper from the left side, and that one will go in and give Valdosta their first lead of the game. 4-3 here in the early going. Tigers trail it. 8:05 to go here in the first quarter. Jayla has it, top of the key, dribbles to the free throw line, picks up the dribble, fires it over to Logsdon, then to Dade in the corner. Hands it back off to Logsdon, left baseline, reverse layup for Logsdon. That one won't get in, and Tanner will come down with it. Tanner, an imposing presence. She's 6'2". One of two folks from Australia. As the Aussie puts it in off the glass, gives the Blazers the 6-3 lead. 7.5 minutes to play here in the first quarter. Tigers trail it by 3. Jayla Williams, top of the key, hands off to Dade. Dade back to Williams on the right side. Logsdon, left wing, right in front of the Blazer bench. Flips it over to Jayla, bounce pass to Bria, slashing to the basket. That's going to get in there. 6-5 your score. Tigers trail it by 1, and a good ball movement and nice patience by West Alabama as they were able to get Bria Dent open, cutting to the basket, a nice bounce pass, and cuts the Blazer lead to 1. Three-point attempt. Blazers, Tamaya Francis, no good. West Alabama will come down with a rebound. An opportunity here on this possession to take the lead. In the paint, Watts, bounce pass will be to Dent. Dent back out to Watts for 3. Back iron, no good. As West Alabama not able to come down with the offensive rebound. Going the other way, Valdosta State's Emma Martin fires up a quick 3. No good. Tigers come down with it. It'll be Jayla right at the logo. She'll look at the coaching bench. She'll get the offensive sign as Jayla Williams. She'll run the offense. Top of the key, it'll be Watts. Over to the right side, Logsdon, and then in the right corner, it'll be Dent going into the paint. Spins off the glass, no good, but Aaliyah Dade coming down with the offensive rebound. A fresh 20 for the Tigers. Zoe Watts, top of the key, flips it over. Jayla. Jayla has it poked away by Tamaya Francis. It'll go into the Blazer bench, so the Tigers will inbound it right there in front of Coach Shermer. West Alabama here on a Thursday night doubleheader, Gulf South Conference matchup. Pep bands into place. Students still not made it out yet, but I'm sure they will come in. 5 to shoot. Jayla driving right side. Off the glass, that one's going to get in there. Bounced it off the side of the rim. A high rebound and falls straight through the bucket. West Alabama with a lead, 7-6 here. 5.5 minutes to play. Going to the basket's going to be number 20. That's going to be Tanner. And they're going to call the foul on West Alabama's Jayla Williams. You can tell Coach Jeff Lovell not exactly embracing the notion that that was actually a foul, and that's going to send Kate Tanner to the line. First one rims in and out. Tanner on the year, a 59% free throw shooter. She averages 8 points a game. Second shot for Tanner. That one will get in there. All knotted up at 7. 5:25 to go, first quarter. Jayla will bring it down. It'll be near side. Out to the top of the key to Bria. Over. Marianne back to Bria. Tigers looking for that opening in the defense. Cutting into the paint was Dent. She gets the pass, and then that one will ricochet off of her hands toward the Pep band. And West Alabama will turn it over. 5:05 to go. The Blazers inbound it. They'll go right to left on your radio dial. Going to the baskets, Francis. Her attempt is missed on the layup, but the Blazers are able to come down with it. Defending is Dade right in front of the Tiger bench. She taps it out of bounds, and that one will go off of West Alabama. Media timeout on the court. We're going to take it with them. Your station, Tiger Basketball, Slide 104.9. Out of the timeout, Tigers decide they'll go with Watts, Dent, Williams, Logsdon, and Dade. 4:53 remaining here in the first quarter. All knotted up at 7. Valdosta will inbound it right in front of the press table. Newcomer into the game will be Alicia Curry. She'll take the place of Kate Tanner as West Alabama forcing another turnover. Jayla will bring it down. Hands it off to Marianne. Marianne picks up the dribble. Fires it over to Zoe. Down to Jayla. Zoe, right corner. Bria in the blocks. Turn around. Cross court will be Dade slashing to the basket. She can't handle it. To dive for the basketball. Valdosta State's Tamaya Francis is able to come up with it. They find a cutting to the basket, Lily Long, and she goes in uncontested. 9-7. West Alabama trails it. That was Valdosta State's first bucket in almost 3 minutes. As going the other way will be Bria Dent. She goes down in the blocks one-on-one against Long, is able to put it in off the glass. That one will tie it up at 9. Down low, Valdosta wants to go to Alicia Curry. She was able to beat the defense, and Curry puts it in off the glass there on the left side. So a back and forth affair. Tigers trail at 11-9 here, 3.5 minutes to go first quarter. Jayla, left elbow, gets it to Logsdon, driving left side. Marianne tries to kind of throw up an underhanded shot there, has it blocked. And West Alabama with the turnover going the other way is Valdosta State. The three-point attempt by Emma Martin, no good. Whistle on the floor. Whistle on the floor. And they have not at least indicated where I could see that they called a foul. So West Alabama will inbound it there to our left. They'll bring it across the logo. That'll be Jayla Williams. Pass gets away from the Tigers. They turn it over. Going the other way, the Blazers. That'll be India Jordan. She gets it over into the corner to Curry, and then Curry kind of hemmed up, but she jumps and fires it off the leg of one of the Tigers. So that one will go out of bounds off of West Alabama. Valdosta State to inbound here to our left. On the floor for Valdosta State, it'll be Alicia Curry. Number 23, Kayla Fry. Number 4, India Jordan, as well as Jaira Ards. Francis will inbound. She'll get it over to Jordan. Then they flip it back out top to Francis. Francis, the 5'3" junior from Richfield, Utah. They get it into the hands of Fry. She attempts the shot. Getting the rebound is Valdosta State's Alicia Curry, and then her feet come out from under. I don't know if she found a slippery spot on the floor. It looks like that's the case, as Marianne Logsdon's asking for someone to kind of come out and help mop that up. Kind of a scary thing when you see the player go to plant, and Curry's feet just came right out from under her, but she was able to recover. West Alabama, they will inbound it. The Good Housekeeping Award, that will go to Marianne Logsdon as she quickly gets the mop there that gets the perspiration up off the floor. She's able to fix that all up. 2.5 minutes to go here in the first quarter. Tigers trail it by 2. Score of 11-9 is West Alabama. They'll bring it down. It'll be Marianne here on the right wing. Bounce pass, Bria, free throw line extended. Out to Jayla. She's at the top of the key, being guarded one-on-one by Tamaya Francis. Cross court to Logsdon. Logsdon fakes the three, drives right. Decides to get it to Bria at the free throw line, and Bria knocks down the 15-footer. And that'll knot it up at 11. 2 minutes to play in the first quarter. And Bria Dent's shot from the free throw line knocks it up at 11. West Alabama so far on the afternoon, 56% from the field. Going to the basket is Jordan. She couldn't get it to go, but Valdosta State will come down with the offensive rebound. And Ards gets the putback, and West Alabama once again trailing by 2, 13-11. Your score with a buck and a half to go. Barnes has got it, top of the key. On the floor for West Alabama, Clark, Barnes, Williams, Dent, and Logsdon, as Williams' pass is picked off by Tamaya Francis, and the Blazers decide they want to try to push the floor. They get to the other end of the court. They decide to put on the brakes, and West Alabama will set up defense. 3-point attempt, top of the key. That's going to be Jordan, and Jordan can't get it to go. Tigers trail at 13-11 with a minute to play here in the first quarter. Bringing it across the Tiger logo will be Jayla Williams. Flip pass to Camille Clark. Gets it back over to Jayla. Down low to Bria. Bria off the glass. Yes, sir. 13 all. 40 seconds to go here in the first quarter. Long outlet pass will get down to Jordan, and then she hands it off to the cutting Alicia Curry. And Curry, the junior from Florida, was able to put it back in. So Valdosta strikes quickly. 15-13 here. 20 seconds to go in the first quarter. 1 second differential between the shot clock and the play clock. Jayla, yo-yo dribble right at the Tiger logo. 7 to shoot. GSC logo floater. Jayla can't get it to go. Valdosta comes down with it. Going the other way will be Francis, and she has it tipped away. So at the end of the first quarter, it's a 15-13 game. Valdosta leads it here by 2. We'll take a short break, and when we come back, second quarter action here on your station for Tiger basketball. Sly 104.9. Welcome back to Pruitt Hall. Tigers trail it after 1 quarter of play. 15-13 as West Alabama comes into this one. 13-13 in overall, 10-12 in league play. West Alabama right now being led in scoring by Bria Dent. She's got 8. Zoe Watts has got 3, and Jayla Williams has a pair. Tigers have it. They go left to right on your radio dial. On the floor for West Alabama will be Williams, Barnes, Dade, Watts, and Dent. Watts, left corner for 3. That one's too strong and won't get it to go. Coming down with a rebound will be number 1, Tamaya Francis. She's a scrappy player. Francis at 5'3", junior from Toronto, Ontario. She gets it over to Ards. Ards kind of surveys the situation, trying to find an open body. They want to go down low and get it to Kate Tanner. Tanner goes to the basket. It'll be a whistle and a foul on West Alabama, and that'll send Tanner to the line. Tanner on the afternoon, 1 of 2 from the line. 59% on the year as she eyes the mark. She knocks the first one in. That's the first of two. 16-13 your score. West Alabama trails it by 3. Second shot for Tanner. That one will rattle around and go in there. 17-13, so a 4-point game. West Alabama trailing here with 9:10 to go in the first quarter. A lot of basketball left to be played here in Pruitt Hall tonight. Off the dent screen, Jayla, left hand off the left side, and she's going to get that one to go. It was a nice first step for Jayla Williams as she gets it to go in. It's a 2-point game. Tigers trail it 17-15. Just under 9 minutes to go here in the first half. Ards driving right side, flips it out to Emma Martin. Her shot no good. Battling for the rebound is West Alabama, and they'll come down with it. Outlet pass goes to Barnes. Between the legs right there in front of the Blazer bench. Barnes to Williams. Watts, Dade. Dade wanted to go down low to Dent, and that was picked off by Ards. Going the other way will be Francis. She gets the miss, but Tanner battling for the rebound. Bodies collide. The ball's still out. West Alabama's Jayla Williams comes up with it. And going the other way, Williams has it stripped away by Ards. Bodies flying everywhere. Ards takes it to the basket. She'll get hacked, and she'll go to the line and shoot 2. Foul's going to be called on number 3, Takeshia Barnes, the grad senior from Memphis. That will send Jaira Ards to the free throw line. She'll shoot 2. Marianne Logsdon checks in for West Alabama. Going to the bench for Valdosta State's Lily Long, kind of favoring that. Looks like maybe the left knee as she came off gingerly. Ards eyes the mark. First of 2 shots, she gets it to go. It's an 18-15 game. West Alabama trailing by 3. Ards eyes the mark for shot number 2. She knocks them both in. 4-point game. Valdosta State 19, West Alabama 15. 8:05 to go here in the first half. Marianne gets it over to Jayla in the corner. Zoe Watts, 3-point attempt, not strong enough. That one was short. Is Watts on the afternoon 1 for 4 from behind the arc. She hasn't found the sweet spot yet, but we know that she can. Tigers trail it by 4, 7:35 to go in this first half. Top of the key will be Francis. She steps up to the free throw line. Bounce pass will go to Tanner, and that will go off of Zoe Watts as she stripped it away from Tanner. So the Blazers will inbound it here to our left. Interesting to see Tamaya Francis stand next to Kate Tanner. Almost a foot difference between those two. Both very good, but different style players. As Ards takes it to the basket. That extends the Blazer lead, 21-15, 7:10 to go here in the first half. Folks still starting to filter in and continuing to filter in here to Pruitt. Down low, it'll be Watts on the GSC logo. Turnaround jumper, that one was off the mark to the right. Under 7 minutes to play in the first half. West Alabama scoreless in the last 2 minutes and change, as Jayla Williams is going to be tabbed with a foul, and that will send the Blazers to the line to shoot 2. Once again at the line will be Kate Tanner. Tanner on the afternoon, 5 points, 3 of those coming from the charity stripe. Camille Clark will check in. Jayla will go take a bit of a break. Tanner eyes the mark. That one's going to be short. Tanner on the afternoon, 3 of 5 from the line. She's got 5 points in her 8 minutes of play. Tanner's second shot rolls across the top of the cylinder, hits the backboard, and then drops in there. 22-15. West Alabama on a scoring drought over the last 2 minutes and change. 6:40. Marianne for three. That one's in and out. West Alabama can't get it to fall as it rattled around in there and just wouldn't fall in there. Whistle on the floor. Offensive foul is going to be called against Valdosta State. That's going to go against, I believe, number 20, Kate Tanner. 22-15. 6:25 to go in the half. Tigers trail it. It's a 7-point game as Marianne brings it down for West Alabama. It'll be a bounce pass to Bria. Free throw line extended. Zoe Watts too short. That one's not going to get in there. West Alabama continuing to be held scoreless here as the slashing India Jordan couldn't get the layup to fall. West Alabama with a defensive rebound. West Alabama already 7 turnovers here in this first half. Zoe for three. No, not going to get in. Zoe Watts, 1 of 7 from the floor, including 1 of 5 from the three-point line. Just hasn't found that groove just yet. But when she does, she can definitely put up points and put them up in a hurry. Takesha Barnes checks in. Bria will take a breather. Under 6 minutes to play here in the first half. 22-15 your score. 3+ minutes since West Alabama's been able to get a bucket. Need a defensive stop here. Driving left side will be Francis. That one will go off of Marianne. Good defense. As she almost had it picked off, but it does go off of her hand, and that will mean Valdosta State will inbound it. Jayla Williams checks in, so it'll be Barnes, Clark, Williams, Logsdon, and Watts for West Alabama. The inbound pass, that'll get out to Curry. Curry, bounce pass to Long. Long cross court. Francis for three. Off the mark. Takesha Barnes comes down with a rebound. 5:20, first half. Tigers trail 22-15 in the paint. Zoe Watts misses the layup. She can't get it to go in there. And the shooting woes continue for the Tigers. As you thought for sure that right there that Watts was going to be able to put that one in, it just wouldn't fall. Tigers will inbound it because it went off of one of the Blazers. The inbound pass to Zoe. She's got it on the right wing, flips it out to Keisha Barnes, who fires it across to Marianne. Marianne, short pass to Jayla, picks up the dribble, cross court will be Logsdon for three. No, that one's not going to get in. West Alabama, 37% shooting from the field, as going the other way is Lily Long. She lofted one up from three-point land and gets it to fall. 25-15, it's a 10-point game. West Alabama scoreless over the last 4 minutes and change. Jayla, 17-footer, knocks it in. There we go. Jayla Williams knocks it in. 25-17. Williams has 6 and leads all scorers that are on the floor right now for the Tigers as we approach the 4-minute mark. Martin's got it, being guarded by Logsdon. It'll be a bounce pass to Francis. Francis here on the left side, down low. Curry is going to put it off the glass, no good, but she gets her own rebound and is able to put it in as she's falling to the floor. Another 10-point lead, Valdosta 27, Tigers 17. We've got 3 minutes and 40 seconds to go here in the first half. West Alabama's last lead was at 7-6. 5 to shoot. Clark takes the shot. She'll miss that one, but she will draw the foul. And she will go to the line and shoot 2. 3:32 remaining first half. They want a timeout on the court. We'll take it with them. Your station for Tiger basketball. Sly 104.9. Welcome back courtside. 3:32 remaining in the first half. Tigers trail it by 10, 27-17. West Alabama's Camille Clark will go to the line and shoot two. The native of Memphis, Tennessee. She comes in shooting 35% from the free throw line. She eyes the mark here for an opportunity to cut the lead by Valdosta. The first shot's going to be up. It looks good out of the hands. Swooshes in and out of the basket. It won't fall. Animated conversation across the court. DeAndre Shermer talking with the official. I'm sure that's an interesting conversation as Clark knocks that one in. She's one of two from the line. West Alabama trails at 27-18. 3.5 minutes to go here in the first half. Bringing it down will be Valdosta. Top of the key is Curry. Curry hands it off to Jordan. Fires it across to Emma Martin. Takesha Barnes tips it away briefly, but Martin was able to recover. West Alabama, strong defense right there. When Martin picked up the dribble, she was under duress, and that caused a timeout. We'll take it with them. Your station for Tiger Basketball, Sly 104.9. .12 remaining in the first half. Tigers are trailing in this one 27-18. They led it at 7-6. Valdosta State will inbound it here right in front of me. The inbound will go to Tamaya Francis. She gets it to Curry. Curry makes contact. A shoulder block right there in the paint. Mega contact, no foul. Everybody wearing Tiger red and white, a little frustrated after that no call. 29-18, Tigers trail. Off the glass on the left side will be Jayla Williams. Williams has 8. It's a 9-point game here as West Alabama trails with 2:40 to go in the first half. 3-point attempt, Tamaya Francis. Francis knocks it in. 32-20. Francis, a 34% shooter from behind the arc. She averages just under 11 per contest. She's got 3. That was her first bucket. Camille Clark fires one up from 18 feet. That one won't go. And India Jordan will come down with a rebound. Francis has it top of the key. Bounce pass intended for number 23, Kayla Fry, picked off by West Alabama. Outlet pass all the way down to Marianne Logsdon. She tries to go up. I'm confused, speechless, without words. How else can I say it? Marianne goes up for what would be a layup. And from my vantage point, now true, I am not standing right where the official is. She's just hacked on the arm and actually falls down. No call. He said it was all basketball. Bria driving left side in the paint off the GSC logo. No good. Jordan comes down with it. It'll be a jump ball. West Alabama's Marianne Logsdon ties it up. And the alternating possession will go to Valdosta. Zoe Watts is going to check in for the Tigers. Takesha Barnes will take a break. So Dent, Williams, Barnes, Watts, and Logsdon for West Alabama. Tamaya Francis will bring it down for the Blazers. She'll flip it over to Fry, who hands off to Jordan. Over to Ards. Fry right in front of the West Alabama bench. 15 to shoot for the Blazers. Jordan flips it down to Fry, goes one-on-one with Dent, and then hands off to Curry. That's going to be a travel. Alicia Curry is a very physical player at 6 feet. She's a junior transferred from Santa Fe College down in Florida. And she is definitely not shying away from the contact. And she's definitely a physical player coming in, averaging just over 6 points per contest. A minute 10 to go in the first half, 12 to shoot. Jayla's got it, top of the key. Flips it, Dent, free throw line, jumper, free throw line extended. Bria Dent knocks it in. It's a 10-point game. Tigers trail at 32-22 with a minute to go. Tamaya Francis, yo-yo dribble right there between the circles. It'll be a bounce pass to Curry. Flips it back. Francis has it picked off. Williams has some help. Bounce pass to Logden off the glass. Contact. And Logsdon will draw the foul, and she'll go to the line and shoot two.
Foul by number 32, Alicia Curry, her first.
And right on cue, Alicia Curry. Contact with Marianne Logsdon, and Logsdon will go to the line and shoot two. Now, Marianne on the year, a 67% free throw shooter. And she will eye the mark. Now, she took quite a tumble right there. But she's shaking it off and ready to go. 41.9 to go. It's a 10-point game. Tigers trail it. Marianne's first shot rolls across the top of the cylinder. Will not go in. Marianne on the afternoon. Eyes the mark. Back iron, no good. Hustle play by Bria Dent as she slides in there to try to get the basketball before going out of bounds, but she can't control it. She's stopped from going into the first row of the seats by the Valdosta team, and they exchange pleasantries and a smile and good sportsmanship. Valdosta State will inbound it. 30 seconds to play. 20 to shoot. Driving right side is Francis. She's on the baseline, steps on the inline, so it'll be a forced turnover by West Alabama's defense. So the Tigers will have 25 seconds to set up a final play of the half to try to cut into this Valdosta State 10-point lead. Jayla will run the offense. Yo-yo dribble right there on the logo. On the left side is Logsdon. It'll be a handoff to Logsdon. She comes top of the key. Back to Williams. Whistle on the floor. Foul's going to be called against Valdosta State. That's against number 4, India Jordan. So Jayla will inbound it. 4 seconds to go here in the half. To Dent. Dent on the floor. Puts it in. West Alabama scores as the time will expire here in the first half. 32-24. Blazers lead it. As we go into the half, we'll take a short break. When we come back, we'll look at some first half stats on your station for Tiger basketball. Sly 104.9.
Another great song here on Game Time. Tigers fans, sportsmanship is a vital part of athletics. During the contest, if you see someone using poor behavior, please notify facility personnel. Sportsmanship is of utmost importance, and everyone should enjoy the contest in a fun and healthy environment. Thank you for your cooperation. More music is coming up here on Game Time.
Your soundtrack for great times at the University of West Alabama.
Welcome back courtside. West Alabama trailing 32-24 here. Tigers have tonight and Saturday. That's the only games remaining in the regular season as they are in pursuit of the Gulf South Conference tournament berth. They currently sit in the number 7 spot. 8 teams will go to the tournament. So West Alabama in a spot to continue to make the tournament. They come in with 10 wins in the league. Tigers are shooting 41% from the field this afternoon, 11 of 27, 13%, only 1 of 8 from behind the arc, 25% from the free throw line, 1 of 4. West Alabama's forced on the afternoon 8 turnovers and been able to get 9 points off of turnovers, so that's a positive for West Alabama. Unfortunately, they are losing the rebounding battle 19-11, and they've got 7 turnovers of their own this afternoon. West Alabama looking at the scoring. All scores. Bria Dent leads all scorers, 12 points in her 18 minutes. She's pulled down 3 rebounds. Jayla Williams, 8 points, 4 of 5 from the floor. And Zoe Watts, she's added 3. That's West Alabama's 24. 12 for Dent, 8 for Williams, and 3 for Watts. So West Alabama not really distributing the basketball as well as they have in the past, as we are having some halftime festivities here. Looks like they're going to be doing some in-game Kahoot playing. We'll take a short break. When we come back, we'll look across the conference, your station for Tiger basketball. Sly 104.9.
So far, we have the Honest Wombats, Fearless Condors, Daring Tigers. I'm going to read the game pin one more time. 987-2034. Now I have Zanny Chicken, Expert Ferret, and Yellow Panda. Smart Tiger, Daring Falcon. All right, I'm going to get started. One more. Dazzled Emu.
Welcome back courtside. West Alabama at the half, trailing Valdosta State 32-24. The women's game here with the men's game to follow.
UWA's first female football player.
Looking around the league, tonight we've got Christian Brothers making the trip over to Shorter. That game was supposed to tip at 5:30 Eastern. Lee playing host to Union, and Alabama Huntsville playing host to West Florida.
It was Tanya Butler.
Saturday action will see the Gulf South Conference with a full slate.
She was actually the first woman to ever score a field goal in a college
Lee will host Christian Brothers. Shorter will host Union. Auburn Montgomery will have the Falcons of Montevallo come in. West Alabama, we will host the Argos. In men's and women's action, Alabama Huntsville will host Valdosta State. And West Georgia will see the Statesmen come in from Delta State, looking across the league at the standings. In the top spot is Lee. They've secured home court advantage. They've secured the home court in the first round of the Gulf South Conference tournament, as has Union in the 2 spot, Valdosta in 3, and West Florida in 4. Spots number 5 and 6, Delta State and Montevallo, they've secured the spot in the tournament, but they still have to contend with West Alabama, West Georgia, Christian Brothers, and Alabama Huntsville for the final 2 spots. So mathematically looking at things, West Alabama and West Georgia each with 10 wins. Christian Brothers and Alabama Huntsville each with 8 wins. So from a mathematical standpoint, the way I'm looking at it, if West Alabama and West Georgia were to lose both of their games and Christian Brothers and or Alabama Huntsville were to win both, that would really kind of put things out of whack. But West Alabama, what they need to do is they need to secure wins and continue to make that quest for the Gulf South Conference tournament. The first round games will be hosted by the higher seed. Seeds number 1, 2, 3, and 4 will host, and then 5, 6, 7, and 8 will make the road trips. And then once those games are completed, the second round will be there in Birmingham. But we're about 5 minutes away from getting the second half underway. We'll take a short break. When we come back, we'll look at some other action in West Alabama athletics. We'll see what softball and baseball are doing here on your station for Tiger Athletics. Sly 104.9.
Once again, this is sponsored by UWA Housing.
Not yet, but it will. Back courtside, just a couple of minutes away from getting the second half underway. Men's and women's athletics across the lot here. Basketball tonight, men's and women's tennis taking place. Baseball and softball, they've got their schedules underway. West Alabama this weekend in baseball, softball, they will host Auburn Montgomery. Baseball will play Friday, Saturday, the single game on Friday, and the doubleheader on Saturday. And it's my understanding that the softball team, they'll play their doubleheader on Saturday and the single game on Sunday. West Alabama softball, they're rocking an 8-4 record. They have looked good here in the early goings as they started off on the road and finally getting an opportunity to play at home. They first opportunity to play at home this weekend, as they were on the road last weekend at West Georgia. They took the series 2 wins and a loss, but they will host the Warhawks Saturday and Sunday. Baseball, as I mentioned, they will crank things up tomorrow afternoon at 4 o'clock. Typically, I would be bringing that game to you. I've got a scheduling conflict, so that game tomorrow afternoon, Janet Montgomery will be bringing the play-by-play for the folks who tuned in for the baseball game. And then on Saturday, men's and women's basketball action. The women will play first, tip-off 2 o'clock. They'll host the Argos. Men's game to follow. And again, typically I would be bringing the play-by-play for those games as well, but the scheduling conflicts will keep me from being here on Saturday. It's gut-wrenching, but it's one of those things that happens. Jason Garner will be bringing the play-by-play, and he and I, way back when, we used to do the football games together here at the university. He currently serves as our public address announcer, so you guys will have a seasoned guy on the call Saturday with games that will mean a whole heck of a lot to these basketball teams. The women vying for one of the last 2 spots in the Gulf South Conference tournament, and the men looking to defend their conference title as they are currently tied for the league lead. Getting the second half underway, West Alabama will inbound it. They'll go right to left on your radio dial. It'll be Logsdon. She'll get it over to Dent right in front of the Tiger bench. Dent, Williams, Logsdon, Watts, and Dade on the floor for West Alabama. 10 to shoot. Marianne, free throw line extended. Back iron, no good. Bria with an offensive rebound. Bria needs some help. Gets it to Jayla. Top of the key, driving left side, right hand. That one's going to get in there. West Alabama with the first bucket of the second half. 32-26. 9:20 remaining. Third quarter action as West Alabama plays host to the Blazers of Valdosta State. Cutting to the basket, that's going to be Ards. She had her man beat, but she couldn't get it to go, so West Alabama comes away with a defensive stop, looking to cut into the 6-point lead by Valdosta State. We hit the 9-minute mark here in the third quarter. Jayla, flip pass, Dent, free throw line, driving right side, one-on-one against Lily Long, and Lily Long, you don't got it. Bria Dent's got it right now, 32-28, Tigers trailing it, but they have scored the only buckets here in this second half. Backing her way into the basket will be Tanner. She went one-on-one with Watts and was able to kick it in off the glass. 34-28. Tigers trail it. Jayla brings it across the logo. It'll be a yo-yo dribble, top of the key. Flips it over to Watts. Watts is being guarded by Tanner, and she'll hand it off to Marianne. Marianne bounce pass to Watts. Watts to Dent, in trouble, double teamed, and then flips it back out. It'll be Watts to Williams. On the GSC logo, turn, pops, drops it in is Bria Dent. As Bria cuts into the Valdosta lead. 34-30. Tigers trail it by 4. The Tigers have made their last 3 buckets, and that's something that you like to see as they help melt away the Blazer lead. Pass down low is to Tanner. Contact, no foul. Martin for three. And Emma Martin knocks it in. 37-30. Tigers trail it by 7. Bringing it down will be Jayla Williams. I'm mashing people together. I don't think that's how that works. Williams to Watts, over to Dade. Dade slings one across to Dent. Marianne for three. No. Battle for the rebound. West Alabama couldn't come down with it. It'll be Ards to Tanner. Tanner uncontested. And it's back to a 9-point game as the Blazers found an answer for West Alabama's early surge here in the second half. We're under 7 minutes to go in this third quarter. Tigers shooting 44% from the floor. Bria to Dade. Dade. Logsdon. Dent's got it, driving right side. She wanted to get it to Logsdon, and it won't get it there. Solid defense by the Blazers. Force West Alabama into a turnover. And that'll give West Alabama an opportunity to make a substitution. Camille Clark will come in. She'll take the place of Aaliyah Dade. So Clark, Williams, Dent, Watson, Logsdon. 6.5 minutes to go in the third. 3-point attempt by Valdosta's number 15, Lily Long. Tigers come down with a rebound off the miss. Bria in the blocks, out to Watts. Watts, top of the key, off the screen. Gets it to Logsdon. Back to Dent. Dent with 15 to shoot. Dribbles right side out to Watts, top of the key. Williams drives in. It's a whistle on the floor. And that's going to go against Valdosta State. That's going to go against number 1, Tamaya Francis. West Alabama will get a fresh 20. 6:07 to go. Third quarter action. Tigers trail it by 9. West Alabama went on a flurry to start off the half, but they've been held scoreless for 2 minutes. Williams over to Dent. Dent wants to go down low to Clark. Whistle on the floor. That foul's going to go against number 15. That's Lily Long. Long's got 3 fouls. So checking in for the Blazers will be number 4, India Jordan, sophomore from Rochester, New York. Boy, they have got a roster with folks from not only all over the United States, but a couple of different countries to boot. 5:45. Tigers in the blocks. Dent, shot up, no good, but she will draw the foul and go to the line and shoot 2. Kate Turner's going to pick up her second foul. Turner transferred from Butler. West Alabama's Bria Dent will go to the line. She'll shoot 2. Dent on the afternoon. She's got 16 points. Make it 17. She knocks the first one in. It's an 8-point game. Dent eyes the mark. Knocks it in. Bria's got the team lead in points scored. Cuts the West Alabama trailing by 7, 39-32, 5.5 minutes to go. Dent's got 18 points. Out top of the key is Jordan, driving into the paint. Left hand, no good, and snatching down the rebound is Bria Dent. She hands it off to Jayla. Jayla, coast to coast, has it stripped away by number 3, Emma Martin. As Martin wants to flip it over to Tamaya Francis. They're going to say she carried it, and she did. She had that one, dribbled it up over her head, had her hand underneath the basketball. So West Alabama forcing the turnover. Alicia Curry will check in for Valdosta. Again, a very physical player is Curry. Takesha Barnes will give Camille Clark a break for the Tigers, so it'll be Watts, Dent, Logsdon, and Williams, along with Barnes, who just checked in. Tigers trail it by 7. The inbound will go to Watts. Watts will hand off to Marianne, who gets a cross-court pass to Jayla Williams. Barnes drives, gets it to Dent, who's cutting toward the basket, the bucket, and the foul. Bria Dent, she's got 20, and she'll go to the line to shoot the and one. Bria Dent moving away from the basketball, and a good pass right there by West Alabama. They'll count the bucket. Dent will go to the line. They want a timeout. We'll take it with them. Your station, Tiger Basketball, Sly 104.9. West Alabama's been able to hold the Blazers scoreless for over 2 minutes. They've cut the lead to 5, and Bria Dent will have an opportunity to cut into that a little bit more as she'll go to the line to shoot the and one. Dent on the afternoon, 9 of 11 from the floor. Perfect from the free throw line as she eyes the mark here. A little back spin on the basketball. That one out of the hands. That one goes in there. They're going to say a lane violation on West Alabama, so that basket will be negated. 39-34. Tigers trail it. 4:45 remaining to go in this third quarter. Tipped away by Takesha Barnes, but Martin was able to gather it back in. Driving left baseline is Francis. She wants to get help to Jordan. Jayla Williams picked it off, but put her foot on the inline. So Valdosta State will inbound it right there by their own water cooler. Jordan's got it, left elbow. She'll dribble toward the top of the key. She's being guarded by Marianne Logsdon. The bounce pass to Curry. Curry in the paint. She beat her defender and puts it in with the left hand. Gets the bucket and the foul. Zoe Watts is going to be called for the foul. That will be Watts' second foul. Camille Clark will check in. Zoe Watts will take a breather. And at the line will be Alicia Curry, a 78% free throw shooter. Curry knocks that one down. So she gets the and one to go. 42-34. 4 minutes and change to go here in the third. Tigers trail. They led last. Back in the first half is at the top of the key will be Marianne. Cross court. It'll be Jayla. Jayla fakes the three, drives a little floater. Ha, ha, ha. Yes, sir. Jayla Williams with a floater from the right side cuts into the Valdosta lead. It's a 6-point game. The Tigers trail at 42-36 with 3:45 to go here in the third. Francis from the left corner, no good. Barnes is going to come down with a rebound, and West Alabama wants to go the other way. Williams, flip pass to Dent. Over to Clark, right corner. Yep, you count it, folks. 42-38. Camille Clark knocks it in. Big smiles all around for the Tigers that are on the floor as Clark cuts into the lead for West Alabama. 3:15 to go in the third. Intended pass to Martin is tipped by Marianne, and then Valdosta just fortunate to get it back. Francis takes it to the rack. lay in on the right side. And once again, West Alabama back to a 6-point deficit. 44-38, under 3 to play. Jayla hands it off to Marianne right here in front of us. Bounce pass, it'll be Camille Clark. Clark over to Williams. Has it tipped away. Clark's able to recover. Takeshia Barnes for 3. Yes, sir!
Number 3, Takeshia Barnes.
Takeshia Barnes makes it a 3-point game with a big 3-point bucket right there in front of her teammates. As that'll get the Tiger fans on their feet. And Camille Clark with a monster block. A huge block as Alicia Curry wanted to take it to the basket, and Camille Clark says, not today. It's a 3-point game, 44-41. Aaliyah Dade will check in. Jayla Williams will take a breather, so it's Dade, Logsdon, Clark, Barnes, and Dent. West Alabama's cut it to 3. Marianne looks to the bench. She gets the offense that they want to run. It's going to be an offensive foul called against Bria Dent. Her second. 2:06 to go here in the third. Tigers, they've cut the Valdosta lead to 3. As West Alabama has come out this half, and they've really ramped up the play here in the second half. They're now shooting 50% from the field. Whistle on the floor. Foul's going to go against West Alabama's Marianne Logsdon. That'll send the Blazers to the line, and Tamaya Francis will shoot 2. Francis on the year, a 61% free throw shooter. Her first trip to the stripe this afternoon. That one is in there. 45-41 with just under 2 minutes to go in the third. Pep band, they've got signs and all kinds of goings on there. Francis' second shot will get in there. It's a 5-point game, 46-41. Pep band led by Dr. Tyler Strickland. It's a fun time when they're here for sure. Definitely makes playing in Pruitt tougher if you're an opposing team. Barnes, right at the free throw line, wants to go down in the blocks to Logsdon. Barnes for 3. No. Off the mark a little bit to the left, as Valdosta State will come down with it. That'll be Ards out to the top. Francis, no good. Battle for the rebound is Jordan. It's just a huge rebound and to put back for Jordan. And she's going to go to the line to shoot the and one as she draws the foul. At the line will be India Jordan. On the foul will be Bria Dent. That's Dent's third foul, and Jordan makes good on the trip to the line, and she's helped increase the Valdosta lead back to 8. It was cut to as many as 3, but the Blazers lead at 49-41. Bounce pass, Dent has it tipped away by Jordan. 65 ticks of the clock remain here in the third quarter. Zoe Watts will check in for West Alabama. Dent will take a breather. Watts, Logsdon, Clark, Barnes, and Dade on the floor for West Alabama. Logsdon to inbound. She needs a little help. Flip pass. It'll be Barnes. Logsdon for 3. She got it. 49-44. Marianne Logsdon knocks it down from three-point land right over in the right corner. Tigers got it back to a 5-point deficit. Curry one-on-one with Watts off the glass. That one's not going to go, but a whistle on the floor. They're going to call a foul against Zoe Watts. That's going to be her third, and that will send Curry to the line. Curry on the afternoon, 5 of 7 from the floor In her one trip to the free throw line, she knocked it in. She eyes the mark here. First shot up and good. 50-44. As Curry looks to take her second shot. 44.8 to go here in this quarter. Looks like West Alabama wants to get some subs as Curry knocks that one in. Kiana McAllister will check in, and she'll give Zoe Watts a breather. Also checking back in will be Jayla Williams, so it'll be Barnes Williams, Clark McAllister, and Logsdon. 42 to play here in the third, 25 to go. Curry tips it away, wants to go the other way. Had a little trouble handling the basketball, gets the miss, and then she will get the putback and the foul. So Takesha Barnes will be tabbed with the foul, and Curry will go back to the line to shoot the and one. Curry tipped it away just on the other side of the midcourt and was able to take it the length of the court. Did not handle the basketball well, but she was able to get her own miss, sends her to the line, and she's given Valdosta State, once again, it's a 10-point lead. West Alabama had cut it to 3. And the Blazers have marched their way right back, 24 to play. 18 on the shot clock. Third quarter action, driving in the paint. Williams, left-handed layup there on the left side. 54-46. 10 seconds to go here in the third. Tamaya Francis driving left side. She's going to get that one to go in as West Alabama will inbound it, but not enough time for another play. So 1 quarter of play left. 56-46. West Alabama trails it by 10 here at home. The Blazers lead. We'll take a short break. When we come back, the final stanza here in Pruitt on your station for Tiger basketball. Sly 104.9. 56-46. Tigers trail the Blazers with 1 quarter of play to go, as West Alabama had cut it to a 3-point lead for the Blazers. Valdosta stormed their way back and extended that lead to 10. Valdosta the inbound right here in front of the broadcast table. It'll be Williams, Barnes, Dent, Logsdon, and Clark on the floor for West Alabama. Driving, right side, that's going to be Ard. She hit the bottom of the backboard. Marianne comes down with it, gets it over to Jayla. That one's going to be tipped away from Bria. And then Valdosta State will be credited with the turnover. Travel's going to be called on number 3, Emma Martin. Martin had an open look. I think she got really excited right there. She thought about the 3 and just kind of made the stutter step. And will be called with the travel. So West Alabama will inbound. It'll be Jayla to bring it down. Top of the key, Marianne. Over to Camille Clark. Clark to Logsdon right in front of the West Alabama bench. And that will be tipped out of bounds by number 20, Kate Tanner. Looking at this roster again, they've got players from New York, Utah, Toronto, Ontario, Nebraska, 2 from Australia, Florida, and Arkansas, Alabama, plus the folks from Georgia. Shot clock violation for the Tigers, so strong defense by the Blazers will give them the opportunity to take possession here. Just under 9 minutes to go. It's a 10-point game. Tigers trail it 56-46. Driving in the paint, that's going to be Tanner, no good. Barnes comes down with it. Bounce pass, Bria. Makes her way into the paint. Trouble. Jayla for 3. Jayla knocks it down. 56-49. Tigers want a timeout. We're going to take it with them. Your station for Tiger basketball. Sly 104.9.
Timeout on the court. 30-second timeout.
We are hometowns. We are dedication.
Out of the timeout.
Our tradition.
You can see some of the goings on the screens here
Celebration.
in Pruitt Hall. And West Alabama trailing 56-49. Just under 8.5 minutes to go here. West Alabama sitting in the number 7 spot in the Gulf South Conference. The top 8 will go to the conference tournament. So West Alabama, with that possibility still at hand. West Georgia is another one of those teams kind of on the bubble, as the Wolves currently are sitting in that 8th spot. Christian Brothers in Alabama, Huntsville, the next closest 2 contenders. Out of the timeout, it'll be Barnes, Clark, Logsdon, Denton, Williams. For West Alabama, driving right side will be Ard. She missed it. She beat her defender, but she couldn't get that one to go. West Alabama will come down with a rebound. Dent to Williams. Williams tripped up right there in the blocks, and she will hit the deck, but she pops right back up on the foul. Number 20, Kate Tanner. That one's on the floor, so Jayla will inbound it. Not a shooting foul. West Alabama with 21 on the shot clock, 8:05 on the game clock. At the half, Residence Life and the Housing Office sponsored a trivia, a Kahoot trivia, where folks could log in and answer UWA-themed trivia questions and win a gift card. They didn't put the questions up on the screen. They had someone announce them, and then people were able to answer on their phone. Not sure who the lucky winner was, but we appreciate the Office of Residence Life for sponsoring that. Under 8 to play, 56-49, driving left baseline. Bria Dent's going to be called for the charge. That'll be her 4th foul. Not what you want to see if you're a Tiger fan, is Bria Dent with 20 points and 4 fouls. Going the other way, Valdosta. It'll be Tamaya Francis, right wing, top of the key to Tanner. Bounce pass to Ard, then the outlet pass to Long, over to Martin. Martin for 3, and she knocks it in. Good ball movement by Valdosta State, and they got it to the open Emma Martin, and Martin just buried it. 59-49. Tigers trailed, almost had it picked away by Tanner, but Jayla was able to recover. Marianne, a long 3-point attempt, back iron, no good Francis coming down with a rebound. She wants to go the other way. She stops at the free throw line, pops and knocks it in. 61-49. As West Alabama had it within 3. And now they trail it 61-49. Valdosta forcing another turnover. And they'll go the other way. West Alabama on the afternoon, 16 turnovers here. They trail it 61-49. Long's got it on the logo. That one won't get in there. Bria will come down with a rebound. Dent with 7 rebounds on the evening and 20 points. Cross-court pass will go to Jayla Williams. Crossover dribble. Floater no good, but she comes down with her own rebound. Puts it back up, and that one's partially blocked. West Alabama will have to play defense. The bounce pass goes down low to Tanner. Off the glass, no good. She gets her own rebound. Whistle on the floor. Tanner's going to go to the line and shoot 2, and Zoe Watts is going to be tabbed with her 4th foul of the afternoon. Tanner's been at the line this afternoon. She's 4 of 6. So Tanner, the Melbourne, Australia native, she will go to the line and she'll shoot 2. First shot right there, back iron, no good. Tiger fans enjoy that one. Tanner eyes the mark. Second one rattles in and out. She makes neither. 6 minutes to go. 61-49 the score. Tigers trail it. Watts for a long three-point attempt. Bingo! There's the hot hand from Zoe Watts that we like to see. Watts was able to knock it down. Cuts the lead. 61-52. 5:40 remained in this one. Tanner driving to the basket, right side, no good. Bria Dent will come down with a rebound. 9 rebounds for Bria on the afternoon, 20 points. As Clark has it right in front of the West Alabama bench. The bounce pass will go to Watts. Watts will try to get it down to Dent, and it goes to no one in particular. Jaira Ards comes up with it for Valdosta. She brings it across the midcourt. 5:05 to play. Tigers trail 61-52. Valdosta works it over to Lily Long. They want to reverse it. Emma Watts here near side. Going to the basket is Long, and she'll get the pass from Martin. And Long knocks it in. 63-52. 4:40 remain. Marianne will bring it down for West Alabama. Coach Rusty Cram wants to get a timeout. We'll take it with him. Your station, Tiger Basketball, Sly 104.9.
Since 1960, Jack's has served handmade meals. Today you can enjoy our all-beef classic cheeseburger, crispy crinkle-cut fries, and our all-new raspberry fried pie. It's the throwback deal for just $4.99.
We appreciate you tuning in on Sly 104.9 and on the YouTube live stream as well for the folks who can't make it to Pruitt Hall. Game number 1 of the doubleheader tonight as the Blazers are in town from Valdosta, Georgia. One thing about Valdosta, Georgia, I enjoy the town of Valdosta. I don't mind going for games and whatnot. It's a very difficult trip to make. There's no real good way to get there, and it just seems like it takes an absolute eternity as we get back to action here. 4.5 minutes to go. Valdosta leading this one 63-52. Marianne's got it with 10 to shoot. It'll be Watts to Dent. Dent, 3 to shoot, fires one up. Side of the backboard, no good. As West Alabama not able to get a clean shot off there. The Blazers hold true, defensively speaking. Here near side is Long. She'll dribble and then flip it over to Francis, who gets it into the hands of Martin. Martin to Ards. Back to Francis. Whistle on the floor. West Alabama's Camille Clark is going to be tabbed with a foul away from the basketball. That'll give the Blazers a fresh 20, just under 4 minutes to play. As Francis will inbound it right in front of the pep band. Francis couldn't get it in. She'll want to get a timeout. We'll take it with them. Tiger basketball on Sly 104.9.
30 seconds.
.356. That's what we've got left in this one. The Tigers trail the Blazers 63-52. We've got the men's game to follow. Big goings on in men's action tonight as West Alabama will come in tied for the league lead. They'll take on the Blazers sitting in the 5 spot. Left wing, that'll be Long. She'll flip it over to Ard. Ards, top of the key. They wants to go to Curry. The wide open Tamaya Francis for 3. That one won't get in there. And Bria Dent will come down with a rebound. 3.5 minutes to play. Tigers trail 63-52. Dade's got it. Free throw line. Picks up the dribble. Gets it over to Watts. Watts to Clark. Clark to Barnes. On to Logsdon. Logsdon drives, free throw line between the legs. It's a crossover. Whistle on the floor. Foul's going to be called on Tamaya Francis, the junior from Toronto, Ontario. That'll give an opportunity for West Alabama to get Jayla Williams in there, fresh bodied. Leah Dade will take a break. To inbound will be Jayla. Jayla, lob pass to Dent right at the free throw line. Marianne for 3. No, too short. Francis comes down with it. 3:05 to go. Tigers trail it. 63-52. West Alabama has been held scoreless for about 3 minutes. Tipping that one away is Camille Clark. West Alabama forcing the turnover, driving left side. Jayla Williams, she won't get the bucket, but she will draw the foul, and she'll go to the line and shoot 2. Tamaya Francis will get tabbed with a foul, and Jayla Williams will go to the line. Williams on the afternoon, 17 points, 8 of 11 from the floor. First trip to the stripe this afternoon. On the year, Jayla's a 74% free throw shooter and leads the league in assists per game with 5.8. Made bucket right there by Jayla. Makes it a 10-point game. Tigers trail 63-53 with 2:43 remaining. A deep breath by Jayla. She eyes the mark. Second shot up and good. It's a 9-point game. West Alabama will go with full court pressure here. 2:45 to go. The inbound stolen by West Alabama. Jayla's got it. Out, Watts for three. Bang! Zoe Watts knocks it in for three. West Alabama's full court pressure, a little bit more than Valdosta wanted to have to handle, but they get it across the timeline, does Ards. 2:20 remaining, 63-57. Tiger fans with a little energy after the three-point bucket by Zoe Watts. Zoe's got 9. She's 3 of 7 behind the arc. She's currently playing with 4 fouls. 5 to shoot is Ards, driving left side. She wants to get it in the hands of Long for the three-point attempt. No good. Marianne Logsdon, I thought she was going to come down with a rebound. And that went off of one of the Blazers. The near official called it Blazer basketball, but overruled by the official that was on the inline. A good call. 63-57, 2 minutes to go. Tigers trail it here. Jayla has it off the Watts screen, driving right side to the basket, off the glass. Yes, sir. Jayla's able to get it to go, and she'll get the foul. She'll go to the line to shoot the and one. 63-59. We got $1:49 to go. A quick break on your station for Tiger basketball. Sly 104.9. Out of the timeout, West Alabama will have $1:49. They trail it by 4, 63-59. I thought they had called the bucket and the foul on West Alabama, but evidently they did not. Full court pressure. Valdosta is able to break that, and they get it across the timeline. It'll be Tamaya Francis on the logo. Lots of ball handling there by Francis. The left-handed layup, no good. West Alabama will come down with a rebound. 1.5 minutes to play. The Tigers trail it by 4. Stops and buckets. You don't have to get too much. You got 15 to shoot. Jayla driving left side. She'll hand it off to Marianne down low in the blocks to Watts. Watts gets it over to Clark. And West Alabama will see a whistle on the floor. That foul's going to go against number 32, Alicia Curry. As Curry's tabbed for the foul, her second. West Alabama to inbound with a fresh 20. They've got 73 ticks of the clock to go. They trail by 4. Jayla driving free throw line. Said she mishandled it. And that one's going to go out of bounds off of Jayla. She thought it was tipped away, so a turnover for West Alabama with 1:07 to go. They trail by 4. Again, full court pressure by West Alabama. Francis has it, comes across the timeline. She's trapped mid-court. She traveled. The official right on top of it. Tamaya Francis, one too many steps as West Alabama's defense was very strong. And the Tigers will inbound it just shy of midcourt. A bucket and a stop. They've got time to do it. Rinse and repeat. Jayla goes to the basket. She can't get that one to go. A forced shot. And the Blazers will come down with it. Long is mobbed right there. As West Alabama's Marianne Logsdon gets tabbed with a foul. West Alabama on a 7-0 run over the last 2 minutes. Foul on the floor, 44.7 seconds. To inbound will be Emma Martin. She'll get it into the backcourt by Jaira Ards, and Marianne will have to foul once again. Marianne will get tabbed with her third foul, team's 5th of the half. So Valdosta State's Jaira Ards will go to the line. First shot, back iron, no good. That's a huge miss if you're a West Alabama fan. Ard's on the year, a 73% free throw shooter. 2 of 3 on the afternoon so far. West Alabama needs to get the miss here and get a strong rebound. Ards knocks it in, 64-59. It's a 5-point game. West Alabama, 40 seconds to go. Jayla will bring it down. Tigers, it's a 2-possession game. Bria, top of the key, over to Marianne. Marianne, right wing to Bria. Bria drives, wants to get it in the hands of Clark. Clark from the GSC logo. That one won't go. A battle for the rebound. And that's going to be a foul on the floor. Let's see how they sort it out. Valdosta State's number 15, Lily Long. She'll be hit with a foul. They want a timeout on the court. Let's see, they say they wanted a timeout. They're trying to sort that out. They said no. Yes, no, maybe. Let's see. 22.6. We'll keep it here. West Alabama's Camille Clark will go to the line. It's a 64-59 game. Valdosta State, no field goals in the last 4 minutes and 27 seconds. The only points that they've scored during that time has been from the free throw line. Clark knocks that one in. 4-point game. So 2 possessions could be cut to 1 if Clark can knock this one in. Clark eyes the mark, and she does. She makes it a 1-possession game, 64-61. Timeout. We'll take it with them. Tiger basketball on Sly, 104.9. 22.6 seconds. That's what we've got left here in Pruitt Hall. West Alabama trails it by 3, 64-61. West Alabama got off to a slow start in the first half. They've really turned it on here in the fourth quarter, outscoring Valdosta 15-8.
Help your Tigers out.
Tigers leading scorer, Jayla Williams, has got 21. Bria Dent's got 20. As West Alabama would love to be able to steal the inbound pass here, get down and knock this thing up. It's going to come down to the wire here in Pruitt. Tigers have trailed by as much as 12 in this contest. As Valdosta inbounds it, tipped away by Jayla, impeded by the official. Boy, that is unfortunate for West Alabama. As West Alabama stole it right in front of the scorer's table, and Jayla picks it away and runs just sidelong into the official, and then West Alabama scramble for the basketball, is forced to foul, and that will send Tamaya Francis to the line.
Number 2, Bria Dent, and number 34, Zoe.
On the floor for West Alabama, it's going to be Watts Williams, Clark Logsdon. Man, that's unfortunate for West Alabama. It looked like Jayla Williams had totally gotten the steal just across the midcourt stripe. As Francis misses. Huge miss. Still a 1-possession game for West Alabama. Going back to that thought, Jayla Williams had it picked off in the scramble for the basketball. The official, nothing in the official's fault. It was just, it's unfortunate. He's trying to work his way around as Francis nails the second shot. 65-61. Quick timeout. Station for Tiger Basketball, Sly 104.9. 4-point game. West Alabama trailing it here by 4, 65-61. The last time these two teams met up, it was a 7-point contest. Valdosta came out of it 59-52. West Alabama to inbound. It'll be Williams with 13 to shoot. Jayla driving left side. Williams gets the bucket. 65-63. 7.9. 30-second timeout called by Deandra Shermer. We will keep it here. And Coach Rusty Cram still a little frustrated. I don't know exactly what the discussion is, but his discussion has led into a Coach Jeff Lovell discussion. Either way, the official backs away, and going back to that play right in front of the scores table, West Alabama had the steal, and as Bria was trying to make her way up the court, the official was just right there, and he, he just impeded the process. Nothing malicious or of any ill intent, just an unfortunate situation. But here we are with 7.9. Valdosta leads it by 2, and the Blazers will inbound it basically in front of their own bench. The inbound to Curry. Watts will foul out with that one.
Number 34, Zoe Watts, her fifth.
But Curry will go to the line.
Here for the Tigers, number 5, Camille Cook.
Curry on the afternoon, 16 points, 4 of 4 from the free throw line. We would love to see if she could hit a cold streak here all of a sudden. 7 ticks of the clock left, 65-63. Curry at the line. Tiger fans making a little racket here as Curry's first shot. Front iron, no good. So a huge miss right there by Curry. Curry could have put the nail in the coffin if she nailed both of the free throws, but she did not. So a 2-point game. Plenty of time for West Alabama to get down the floor as Curry eyes the mark for the second of 2. That one's going to get in there. It's a 3-point basketball game. West Alabama, I thought they were going to take the timeout, but they did not. Out of timeouts. Clark will inbound it. Jayla Williams will get the inbound pass. She mishandles it. She's going to have to recover quickly, getting down 3 seconds. 2 seconds to shoot the fade away. No good.
Final score, West Alabama 63, Valdosta State 66.
It was a 66-63 game. Williams took it the length of the floor, and even had she made the basket, it was going to be a 2-point basket. We needed to have someone fire up one from 3, and West Alabama couldn't do it. But a 3-point loss here in a valiant effort for West Alabama. As in the fourth quarter, West Alabama outscored Valdosta State 17-10. But an unhappy final as the Tigers couldn't pull out the win. They lose it 66-63, leading scorer for West Alabama. Jayla Williams had 23, 10 of 15 from the field. Perfect from the free throw line. Bria Dent scored 20 and pulled down 10 rebounds. Logs her 18th double-double of the season. And those were the only two Tigers in double figures. Williams with 23, Denton with 20. Zoe Watts had 9. She was 3 of 10 from the field, 3 of 7 from behind the arc. Camille Clark had 5. And Barnes and Logsdon each had 3. The Tigers shot 48% from the field, 33% from behind the arc, 70% from behind the line. Very similar statistics for both of these two teams. And Valdosta State was able to come away with a victory here in Pruitt Hall. We're about 25 minutes away from getting the men's game underway. We'll take a short break. We'll go back to regular programming, and when we come back, we'll have men's action here in your station for Tiger basketball. Sly 104.9.